because they're not like
Yeah.
these were
They
not
were
mass produced. Like you can't
Yep.
get this anywhere else. It was like this local band in Jamaica that like made this music and stuff. And he's like, so I spent a lot of that.
Yeah.
Which is I've gone to a couple of his shows. It's really cool stuff.
Yeah, that stuff. Every once in a while, I'll find something like that doesn't like it doesn't exist.
Right. There's no
But it does,
official
'cause
record.
it's in my fucking hand right now.
Yep.
I've got a few. There's one. I'm trying to think. What the fuck was it called? I could probably just look it up real quick. So this is actually good that we're talking about DJing weird music.
Oh, okay.
So tell me more about your friend while I look this up, and then I have a fun little announcement.
Oh, okay.
To open up the show.
Yeah. My buddy David Muir, who spins here in Chicago at sometimes at Simon's up in Andersonville, which is a sort of a local staple, and a couple other spots. But he does a lot of stuff that's like, he goes to Jamaica and just like finds records that are like local artists. There's no label on it. Like there's no document of this record existing, in the world. It was just like made by these people just making music, in Kingston or wherever. And so he picks up a lot of that stuff and brings it and spins that. So it's really cool to see that like actually make its way over here. And it's always really interesting because it's like, no matter what, whether I like the music or not that he plays, like I know this is the only chance I'm going to have to hear it, basically.
Yeah.
So that makes it really, really cool no matter what. I just missed it. He had a show this weekend and I wasn't able to go, unfortunately.
I wish I could find this record. Oh, you know what? Actually, I texted it to somebody not that long ago. Look at my text messages. I'm still using this stupid iPhone and it's driving me crazy.
I was going to say.
I'm working it out.
Yeah.
I'm working it out.
It's a transition.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is one of the good ones that I found. This was printed in Jamaica. The label is Coxsone, Coxsone Records. And it's Jackie Matu and the Soul Vendors.
Ooh. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
That's the closest thing that I have to whatever your buddy is rocking.
Nice.
And this is mostly instrumentals. It's like almost like early, like I don't even know how to describe it. It was like one of the first like kind of keyboard driven sort of, because this is what 68.
Cool.
It's dope. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's got like a island vibes, whatever. But so DJing, as we all know, my wife made her world debut over the summer at Yondon.
Yeah,
and it looks like I might be making mine pretty soon.
Oh, what?
Well, it's a means to an end. So I think we're recording on Tuesday. This will probably go up tomorrow. So I think I had to give Ari the exclusive announcement.
Okay. Yeah.
So Ari is running a show called Quick Hits on the Nugs platform. And I did an interview with him last week. Literally quick. It was like 20 minutes. And we just kind of pop.
Damn. Yeah, that's like no time.
But what is the catalyst for all of this and that and whatever is I will be doing my first public art show October 17th at the Good House in Mount Kisco, New York.
Fuck yeah. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Should be fun.
Yeah.
I got a lot of work to do in the next 6 weeks. I'll tell you that much. But so it's not just an art show. As is anything in my life, it's overly complicated and completely absurd. So the idea here, the title of the show is A Light Requires Darkness to Shine. And the idea behind all that is the core of it is perseverance, I suppose. But life is challenging, and I think the more conflict and the more and the more troubles we endure, the stronger we become, and in such, I want to celebrate the notion of perseverance. And so, a light requires darkness to shine. So what it's going to be a new series of paintings. It is also going to involve a very, well, we'll see how this goes because it is very, very, very much in the experimental, in my head process. I haven't actually fleshed this out yet, but there will be a lighting installation as well.
Mm-hmm. Naturally, yeah.
For the show itself, there's a dinner service art kind of like laid back thing, and then there'll be like an actual show after the fact.
Oh, cool.
And so for the dinner service, because it is drawing close to Halloween, I will be putting together a cool playlist of like my favorite like eerie instrumental, mostly like stuff from like old soundtracks and so on and so forth.
I was gonna say some Goblin for sure.
Yeah. So there'll be that, and then for the show itself, I will be running live visuals while Ari DJs, and then I might DJ for a little while.
Oh, shit.
So we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting night. It's going to get weird. It's going to be fun.
Is Christina giving you some pointers?
Sure.
Yeah,
I tell you what, I could actually learn a thing or two. I could learn a thing or two from her about stage presence because she definitely had that in spades.
Yeah.
So I will probably be like this the entire time with my hood up, and sunglasses on, trying to hide from everyone because that's what I'm used to. So, so we'll see how it goes. But no, I mean, it's time. It's been what has it been now? 5 years basically, almost to the day actually.
Oh wow!
Since I started painting.
Yeah.
And it's time for me to start putting the shit out in front of people. So I will be there'll be more information in the next couple of weeks as far as like ticketing and times, and because there's going to be, I think there's going to be a few different like slots that we're going to try to, I don't know, we're still working out the details. But anyway, A Light Requires Darkness to Shine, featuring yours truly at the Good House, Mount Kisco, New York, October 17th. Be there or be square.
Cool.
So that should be fun.
You should do the dinner service like in as close to pitch black conditions as you can, and then like have the room get brighter as like it goes on.
Well, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to stay bright and then get dark.
Okay.
That's the thing. We got to, we want to build tension, not start with tension.
I like a tense dinner.
Well, you did that didn't you do that Japanese dinner or some shit where you couldn't see?
It was amazing. Yeah, eating vegan ramen in a black room.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Is I need people to be able to see the paintings.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the front end of the show, and then it'll get weird as the night goes on.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll need to have some lights on for that, I suppose.
Yeah.
Unless I make glow in the dark paintings, which is always possible. I've actually done that before, so.
Fuck yeah. That'd be awesome.
I did a painting for a really, 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 really good friend of mine. One of my dear friends down in Atlanta. I did a painting for the song "Do You Realize" by the Flaming Lips. And for those of you who don't know, my paintings are all connected to a song in one way or another. It was a nice way for me to, especially during the pandemic, to continue to collaborate with music in a new way. So sometimes the songs are presented to me. Sometimes I choose a song, and other times the song kind of reveals itself once the painting is started. So it's a fun little wide open process that I have. Now, I will say, for this, I have selected a list of 10 songs. Those songs are all my favorite sort of introspective, maybe challenging, dark songs. And the idea here is to turn darkness into light, right?
Yeah.
So I want to take these kind of like either sad or angsty or whatever they may be, and they all kind of have their own little theme in a whole, like, to create like the bigger picture of like the problems we face in everyday life. But then, convert them into something positive. But
Nice.
so back to the song, or back to the other painting, the Do You Realize? So it it was it was sort of in honor of his father who had passed away. And the Do You Realize? I'm not gonna sing the song, but you guys all know it. So what I did is because the Flaming Lips, there's a lot of, they build a lot of layers and a lot of texture in their songs, and so I really tried to like replicate that. So what I did is I had this glow in the dark spray paint, and every layer that I would do, I had a stencil, and I would do You Realize, right? And then I would cover it with like a clear coat, and then add more color, and then keep adding the Do You Realize on each layer. So there's like 20 layers of this stacked on top of each other. And the idea being that, like, when it does get dark, like, the Do You Realize pops out, and it's like a reminder. It's like, hey, he's gone, but he's still with you, kind of thing, And so like I try to like really like I found this like really like, it almost sounds corny, but like it was a pretty cool trick, because like if you just looked at the painting, you wouldn't know that it was there. And then when the lights go out, it pops up. It's like a nice little reminder of
That's cool. You
made
a palimpsest, which is a palimpsest, which is a word I don't get to use very often, but that I love.
Mackerel.
It technically means something where like older layers are still visible. It technically refers to like a lot of ancient texts and stuff like that, where it's like they only had so much paper, right? So they would like write over it, or it would fade and they'd write over it, but you could still see some of the artifacts. But yeah, it's always been a really, I don't know, just cool concept. VHSs have that effect. If you record over them, sometimes you see little stuff kind of pop through. That's technically a palimpsest also, which is like...
Can you spell that for me?
Palimpsest.
Palimpsest. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the word of the day.
That's today's word. Yeah. Others may emerge, but
I'll tell you what, man, I got a pretty extensive vocabulary. I've never in my life heard that word before.
It's very archaic. Yeah. And there's this author that I love named China Mieville, he's a science fiction and writer. I mean, his stuff is like all over genres. He's done like a children's book and stuff. It's pretty wild. I think every one of his books is a different genre. Obviously we've talked about genre and how it's bullshit anyway, but sure. They are all very distinctly China Mieville novels. And he has like the most terrifying vocabulary I've ever come across of like any person.
What era is he from?
He's current. Yeah.
Oh, he's still current. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's still writing to this day. Probably most famously did this book called Perdido Street Station. Which is like science fiction, just absolute classic. There's no,
nice.
Yeah, it's great stuff. But yeah, it's one of those, like, I had to just have the dictionary app open on my phone while reading his stuff, because it's crazy. I mean, there's words that are like, this word hasn't been used since 1723.
Yeah.
Then
do you think he's going out of his way to like find words that are so obtuse that it challenges the reader?
Like to some degree, yes. But it's also like every time I look the word up, I'm like, that is the absolute fucking perfect word. Like it conveys every little like nuance and subtextual detail that like he wants to convey here. So they're very well placed. It's also, but yes, I mean, to some degree, it's like you're being dense on purpose, Yeah. But he's like a big historian and stuff too, so I don't think it's just like he's just searching through archaic words. Like he probably
if he's reading old texts, he's picking them up along the way.
Yep. Yeah.
So I have a question. I actually have two questions for you. And
okay.
I'll start with the goofy one. Can you please tell me, and I pray to God that you've attended this at some point in your life, the Chicago Duck Derby?
I have never attended.
How? Come on. How have you never been to this?
I know. I've never done the
I just learned about it. I had no. How long has this been going on for?
I have no idea. I feel like I've heard about it for a long time. Yeah. I've never done the Shiditarod either, which is another big thing here.
Well, so for those of you who don't know, the Chicago Duck Derby, they literally take a giant fucking dump truck and dump thousands of rubber duckies into the Chicago River. Is that what it's called? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then they canal them and then use a fire hose to like push the water, and it's basically like a rubber ducky race in the Chicago River with thousands of rubber. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I would 100%
Go
eat
check
a bunch
it
of
out.
drugs and go watch this because I think it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And
It's pretty incredible.
so, do you know anything about it? Like, do you know what started it or anything like that?
No, actually, I don't. Yeah, I don't really know too much about it. I do know that they actually, the entire current of the Chicago River through the loop is reversed. They have like mechanisms underneath the water that are like changing the current. So yeah, they might also use that to sort of direct the ducks the way that they want to go, because they basically already have control of those waterways, like which direction they shift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a sight to behold, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, to watch a dump truck just unload,
I don't even know.
just thousands upon thousands of rubber duckies. Like, it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, when does it happen? Did this?
It must have just happened recently because it popped up in my news feed.
It was August 7th.
Yeah.
Raises funds for the Special Olympics in Illinois.
Okay, there you go. So
yeah.
it's for a good cause. So so that will keep all of the environmentalists at bay then.
Right. Oh, dude, so every year the river is dyed green on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so the funny thing though is, because the river is so fucking polluted, they dump orange dye in there to turn it green.
Oh, just because that's
that's the color that actually,
yeah,
like whatever reaction happens with all of the other pollutants in the river.
Yeah,
so I think the environmentalists have,
but they've given up.
I think we've given up on the river. It's fucked. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. But damn, no, honestly, I forgot all about the Duck Derby.
All right. Well,
yeah, I'm gonna make a note to go next year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna make some phone calls, and maybe I'll convince the powers to be that Pretty Lights needs to be in Chicago that weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
like, guys, this is the weekend we need to play Chicago next year.
Play the Duck Derby.
We could just play the Duck Derby.
Yeah.
That would be, how fucking great would that be if we did a pop-up on like a little barge while tens of thousands of rubber duckies are just floating by us.
Dude, yes.
That would be phenomenal. What would be fantastic is we could do a little Kitty Light set, and Hudson and Stella and Rocco and all the children of the Pretty Lights family can come watch the rubber duckies swim by. So
hell yeah. They would love that. The adults and the children would be delighted, like equally. Yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck. All right.
So
plans are happening.
Question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I think, will tickle your fancy. You might be annoyed by this question too, though. We'll see.
Perfect.
I don't know yet. So, do you know what comes out in like a week and a half? I don't know. September 12th, whenever that is. 10 days from now. Right?
Oh, September 12th. Nothing comes to mind specifically.
It's like 40 years in the making.
Oh.
Spinal Tap 2.
Oh, that's right. Wow. I didn't even realize that was coming out so soon.
I didn't know it was coming out this soon either, and I just saw the trailer for it, and it looks incredible.
Really?
And I think so. Okay. But here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing.
I'm highly skeptical and pessimistic about the remake reboot phenomena.
But so this is my question for you. Has Christopher Guest ever missed?
That's true. I can't say he has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the whole band is back together, including Rob, and everyone's involved, and I have high hopes that this one will defy, because I don't know if we talked about this or not, but Happy Gilmore 2 might be the worst movie ever made.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Yeah. So, the bar has been set very low in recent times.
Yeah,
but
and in a weird way, A Mighty Wind is like a spiritual sequel. It's
yeah,
like,
well,
'cause
that's
it's
the thing is like every movie is essentially the same movie, just in a different context.
right. Yeah, but they had like the Spinal Tap band was now this bluegrass band in that movie, which was like a really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm at least curious. I will definitely give it a look. See, where is it? Is it doing theatrical at all, or is it straight to streaming?
Okay. Yeah, I think it's like in IMAX. Like they're going big with it. Of course, it's Spinal Tap. You got to go to IMAX. I'm surprised they're not doing it at the Sphere.
Be awesome. Get out the 60K cameras and
How funny would it be if they did the Sphere and then they wheeled out Stonehenge with the midgets in that giant fucking absurd building?
Yes.
That literally would be the greatest thing that's ever happened in the history of the world.
That would be if they just staged a complete disaster of a concert at the Sphere. That would actually be the coolest thing anyone's done at the Sphere.
Yeah, it definitely would be. I don't know, dude. I will say this. Believe it or not, the Backstreet Boys are winning right now.
Oh, yeah?
They've put on the best concert at the Sphere.
No shit.
Just from afar, watching, just watching videos and such.
Yeah.
But they cracked the code in the Sphere because they had like full production. They had some automation. The video content was actually interesting. But I think the thing with the Backstreet Boys is they're the first act to go there. And I'm not counting the silly DJ stuff because whatever. The Backstreet Boys are a production. They're not just a band.
Right.
So they've got the experience to be able to work within the means of all of these different things, much more so than a band like the Dead or Fish or the Eagles or any of those guys, really.
Yeah.
They're a band first and then a show second, And so, like, Backstreet Boys are a show first. And
totally
not a band, so
massive production. Yeah, no,
they're
so performing stuff that a machine spit out.
Yeah, but they did a really good job.
Cool.
And then I think Wizard of Oz just had its premiere and it's pissed off everyone, like we talked about briefly. So
awesome.
I'm still trying to figure. I think that's going to be my first Sphere experience. I just got to figure out when the time is right to do it. But I'm thinking Wizard of Oz is the move.
Yeah.
Because, like, I saw a video. They were, during the tornado scene, they went hard on the tornado scene.
Okay.
Like, they just exaggerated it in, like, the most, like, absurd way possible. But then the best part is they got these gigantic industrial fans on one side of the Sphere, and they are just blasting fog. So it's like the Twister's coming at you from this way, and then the fog's like pushing this way. And I was like, look at these idiots. This is so fucking funny. But to watch a movie like that, I'm into that. Like, I think that's a cool thing,
Have you ever seen a movie in 4DX?
No, I haven't. I've heard about this. And I think who was just telling me they were going to see something in 4D?
Okay. I don't know. I have experienced this once.
Is this like smell-o-vision and all that shit?
It's fucking everything. It's too much, actually.
Yeah.
We saw was it Aquaman 2?
Oh my God.
Yeah, in 4DX. Which was perfect because I didn't have to pay attention to the movie because I was being assaulted the entire time. The chairs are in like these banks of like 4 seats, and the whole thing moves. And, like, it doesn't just move a little bit; it tilts like 45 degrees. And like if you're
like one of those Universal Studio rides,
yeah.
Oh,
and then
Jesus.
On top of it, there's when we got there, I had put my coat over the back of my seat, and the guy behind me tapped me on the shoulder, and he was like, "Hey, man, can you move your coat? It's blocking the misters." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Wait, is this movie gonna spit at me?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." But yeah,
so he'd already done it. He knew it was happening.
Okay. Everybody else there was like a 40x, like devotee.
Oh my God!
Like, this is the way to watch movies. I couldn't tell you what happened because I was like giggling the entire time because it was so
just absurd.
Yeah. And then also, like, I my hands were sore afterwards because I had to clutch onto the armrest to not be thrown from my seat.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we were in the front row of like the section, not like the front row of the theater, but like the upper tiered section.
Yeah.
And the handrails, in front of us had pads on them.
Oh, jeez.
Because it was like, if you get flung.
Yeah.
But they have giant fans. They have misters.
Do you have to sign a waiver?
No, that's surprisingly.
I bet you it's built into the ticket. Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, no,
it's
it's
not responsible if you get hurt in this stupid nonsense.
Yeah, I wished I had a seatbelt, honestly, at a certain point. I thought I lost my phone, but it like shook out of my pocket. It was like in the seat crevice.
Wow.
Yeah, I recommend everyone do it at least once, but just know that like whatever movie you're watching, you're not going to see. You know, you're going to be.
Yeah, it's the experience, not the. Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on at all, which it turned. I mean, it's not a super coherent movie to begin with, but yeah, it was the choices made too. Like, I would love to sit in with some of the programmers for the 4DX version of movies sometimes, because just like the choices that are being made about like what elements to manipulate, and like when things are slow, like what do you do? Sometimes like it was a dialogue scene, but the camera, of course, is like flying around the room, so the seat just like match the motion of the camera like as it was moving. Weird things like that are like, to who is this like an improvement,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot.
You just didn't do enough drugs, apparently.
No, not nearly. I didn't know the like degree to which this was going to be. And then there's even like there's like little I don't know, pummelers in the seat itself. So it's like, during fist fights, you're just getting like your kidneys are just being abused.
Oh my God.
The entire time.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's miserable. One of our friends was really visibly angry after the movie.
Oh wow.
Because it's like, and luckily this one, the movie was like an hour 40 or hour 45 or something. Because we were like, man, if we had come to like a 2.5 hour movie or something, we probably would have left.
Yeah.
At a certain point, just been like, okay, this is enough.
Yeah.
But like everyone, I don't know, everyone else in the theater seemed like super in on the 4D experience. So, maybe it's your cup of tea.
I mean, I hate to make assumptions, but those are, it's people that are probably lacking a certain social life or adventure in their normal life, or like that's their adventure,
Yeah, or maybe an actual appreciation of movies.
Yeah, well, that too. So for what is your take on, because this is where you might get annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about mockumentaries, and do you feel like you might be making one as you speak? As you speak.
The thought has crossed my mind.
Yeah.
There's definitely, I mean, the footage is there, I'll say that. Like, it just needs to be put together. I mean, in general, I like the mockumentary, format. I think it's an interesting, and in some ways like underutilized, and one of those like actually incredibly difficult things to pull off well.
So this is the funny thing, right? So I went to look at a list of like, okay, what are like the top 10 mockumentaries, right? And 8 of them were Christopher Guest movies.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I was like, has anyone else made one other than Weird Al?
Yeah.
Like, because that's it as far as I know. Like, it's like basically all the Christopher Guest movies and Weird Al, and then what's that? What We Do in the Shadows or whatever.
Oh
that goofy, like, I don't know. I never actually saw it, but
yeah, me either. People, it's some Flight of the Conchords guys, right? That do.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
There's so the Banksy movie, Exit Through the Gift Shop, is debatably a mockumentary.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The point is that
what's that dude that's in there, and they're like, this guy's a complete stooge, like
Mr. Brainwash or something like that.
Whatever the fuck it is.
It's amazing, but it's incredible. It's one of those movies that like, if it's all fake, it's actually more impressive.
Sure.
In a lot of ways, but that's kind of the whole point of the movie, is like you don't know if it's real or not, and that's kind of the Banksy trick.
And Have you seen the Weird Al movie?
Which one?
The one with fucking Harry Potter. Where Harry Potter? No, the
no.
new one.
Oh,
you
no.
need to go watch that.
Okay.
Like as soon as we get off this call.
Okay. I was a UHF fanatic as a child.
Like Weird Al's movies. So Weird Al did a biopic, right? It ended up being like, it's not a mockumentary, but it's like it is, but it's not like in documentary style. So it's like a mocking biopic, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know it's like Walk Hard, right? It's similar to Walk Hard.
Okay.
And so they're kind of like, cousins, I suppose.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I had heard good stuff about that movie with Daniel Radcliffe.
Dude,
it's totally forgot about
good.
it. Okay.
It's so good. It is so good to the point where people actually, like, there's things that happen in the movie that are just completely absurd. But to the point where people thought that, like, Weird Al, like, was dating Madonna at some point or whatever, like, whatever's going on in the movie. I don't remember all the details now, but, like, there were enough people that didn't know enough about Weird Al, I guess, that they actually thought that the movie was a real biopic.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
And, like, it gets egregiously more and more ridiculous as the movie goes on, to the point where he's like, okay, guys, we're all in on the joke now.
Mm-hmm.
And people still didn't get the joke.
Right.
Like, that's how fucking amazing
amazing
the movie is, but also how amazingly stupid some people are.
Right, yeah. They hear that and they're like, oh, they're pulling the wool over our eyes again. That's the joke is.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. No, I'll have to check it out.
You have to. Yeah, you have to. It's so good.
It's
one of the last. Like, it's one of the last movies I've actually, like, watched in its entirety, like encumbered.
Yeah.
And that was probably 2 or 3 years ago.
I was gonna say, it's been cool.
Yeah.
There is also, I believe, Federico Fellini is.
Oh, well, here we go.
Here we go. Is credited with inventing the mockumentary.
Is that so?
Yeah, because he did a movie called The Clowns, which I've never seen, but is I think regarded as like the first mockumentary. Yeah, that's my bit of film history. Yeah,
Fellini, 1970. So it's not even that.
I'm a bit back and forth on Fellini personally. 8.5 is a fucking masterpiece. I love that movie to death.
What do you got against Italians?
I love Italians.
You better be nice.
Yeah, it's just Fellini.
Fair enough.
I watch way too many Italian movies.
The lighthearted pseudo-documentary from one of the world's most serious filmmakers. Federico Fellini is full of vivid imagery of clown routines, revealing Fellini's great admiration for clowns and circus performers. His childhood obsession Fellini delves into memories of performances from his past, expertly acted out by true masters of the craft of clowning. Fellini attempts to introduce the levity of the clown to the form of documentary. I mean, this sounds amazing. I might go watch this at some point.
Nice. Yeah, let me know how it is, because it's his life as a circus kind of stuff. I mean, is what turns me off from a lot of his work. His earlier stuff didn't really have that, but he started kind of bringing in a lot of these elements into his films, and really like externalizing the internal, which I love in film. But he does it in a way that's very like carnival coded, and that type of stuff just doesn't really resonate with me very much.
I see.
So yeah,
well, I will say, just from the brief experience that I have, clown culture in Europe is drastically different from clown culture in America.
Yes. They're not doing birthday parties over there.
No, because it's like I don't know if you would call it high art, but it's like considered like very like a serious art form.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's considered like like an old respectable art form. It's been around for a very long time, and so they kind of honor that heritage and history to it.
So this is actually this is a perfect natural transition for one of the other things that I wanted to bring up. I love this. So over the last 2 weeks, my favorite thing in the world, WWE, has actually been in Europe.
Oh shit!
And so there's this thing that happens over there. It's completely insane. European crowds are out of their fucking minds. They are, they have like their own choreography.
Oh,
And
shit.
I know it comes from like soccer and stuff, but like 20,000 people like on the drop of a dime just chanting the same song and things that aren't built into the show per
Right.
se. Because there are things that have been masterfully constructed to engage the audience, and so like you think of like a cues like in music or whatever, and then it like gets people to either like chant the name or chant some catchphrase or sing along or whatever the case may be. These motherfuckers are just doing whatever they want, and they're all doing it together. And like I'm sitting here and like this has been a thing now for the last like I don't know, basically since the pandemic. They've been doing these like more intentional like European runs. And they've also been bringing pay-per-views to Europe, which they never really did in the past. And it's nuts. It's so crazy to watch a building full of people act the way that these people are acting.
Yeah.
At a wrestling show. Like, I got to send you some clips because it's...
Please.
But have you spent much time in Europe?
I have never been to Europe, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. Looking to remedy that. There's Quentin Tarantino has talked many times about doing, he's like working on a play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I mean, he talks about a lot of stuff he's working on that never comes about, but he's mentioned this quite a bit. In the past, he's talked about doing a stage play of Reservoir Dogs with an all-black cast. He's talked about doing the Hateful Eight, but changing the ending every night. Yeah, because he had to change it once already when like Hateful Eight was first going into production. The script leaked, and he shut down the whole movie. And then it wasn't until like a year later that actually got back up, and he like reworked the script and changed the ending and stuff, and was able to make it. So he's kind of like, okay, I already have 2 endings. But I could make it so that it was like every night you don't know which ending you're going to see, and like how it's going to play out. So, but he said if he ever does a play, when he does it, he wants to premiere it in London.
Okay.
So I have like a, soft plans with a group of friends that like, hey, if this ever happens and tickets aren't $20,000, we got to go.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously we've all watched... Well, not obviously, but we've all seen how soccer audiences are, and they get incredibly rowdy. Well, that culture exists well beyond just soccer.
Right.
And like European audiences, it's an interesting thing to me because like they're more unified, I guess, if that's the right way to put it. Like they're all on the same page. They all know what the assignment is. And like, I think it's an interesting thing to like, if you zoom out and you try to like put like a, your sociologist hat on and be like, why is it that, and this isn't just like specifically France or specifically England or that it's everywhere in Europe, but they're all uniquely doing things on their terms, so each country. And I think about like the the stereotype, like the old stereotype of like the cowboy American. It's like we're on our own, kind of thing. And you can kind of like see the delineation between like if you watched. Now, I will say wrestling audiences in America are learning from their European counterparts because they're doing the big shows now. So people are actually see back in the day in like the 90s and even the 2000s and whatever, it cost too much money to set up TV in Europe, plus with the time difference, they didn't want to run on a tape delay or something, right? So they never really did TV in Europe. It was always just house shows. Now with streaming and all that stuff, they're like, we don't give a fuck. We'll air it 2 p.m. We'll air it 2 a.m. Who cares? Like you're going to stream it when you're going to stream it. So now they are just they do TV everywhere, and so I think people are seeing the like how it could be.
Right.
Like, this is what an awesome audience looks like. We suck.
Right. And now the American exceptionalism is kicking in, and it's like, hey, we can't be outshined by these fuckers.
Exactly. That's exactly what's happening. And it's the wildest thing to see, dude. It's such a cool, weird little like moment in time where you're in real time witnessing thousands upon thousands of people like exchanging, you know, behavior via this once, wacky thing that's traveling all around the world and putting on shows for people. It's been a really interesting like year or two, watching wrestling in that sense. And
that's cool.
And I'm sure that like I'm in the very, very small minority of people that are actually like taking this to this level of like, I can see how this is all playing out, and blah blah blah.
Well, when you took me to that wrestling show this past December, I was amazed how reserved the audience was for something that seems like it would be so I mean, they were into it.
Yeah.
But it was like, it was cool because everybody was in like rapt attention. It was like, dude, the show like starts at 7. It started at 7 on the fucking dot. Everybody was sitting in their seat, like ready to watch.
Yeah.
And during the matches, people are reacting and stuff like that. But yeah, it wasn't this like crazy, you expect the audience to almost be like another wrestling match that's happening around the wrestling match.
Yeah.
But not like, everybody was just locked in. Yeah.
It's not like in a movie when you're watching like the cockfights and like the guys are in the fucking stands fighting each other and smoking cigars and shit. Like those days are behind us.
Yeah.
I will say, if you really want to get a kick out of something, like if you want to like hear about like the old school days of wrestling, listen to the Jim Cornette podcast, because he was the hottest heel manager, bad guy manager in the 80s in the South when things were at their pinnacle of like chaos.
Okay, that sounds wild.
Like where they had to like he's told all sorts of stories about fighting with audience members, having to like escape buildings, going outside and having all their tires slashed, or like the car, like I can't remember where it was, but the fans literally tarred and feathered his car.
Holy shit.
That's how nuts it was back in those days.
Wow.
Back when people kind of thought it was real, even though they knew that it wasn't, but they believed what was going on. They believed that guy was a piece of shit.
Yeah, right. That it wasn't just an act. Yeah.
Yeah. He cracked a dude's skull open with his tennis racket. He popped him right in the forehead. I think the dude maybe he tried to stab him. Something like that was the thing. Like,
wow.
Especially like in Mexico and stuff, you always had to watch out for guys with blades. And so like when you're going through the crowd, like there's been a couple of wrestlers that got stabbed by the audience and stuff back in the day. And like, oh yeah. So yeah, those days are definitely long gone for the, for the better.
But like, better. Yeah.
But so that type of rowdiness doesn't exist. Now it's just this like jubilation of like, what?
Yeah, totally. That's it. Yeah. And that was so cool. Is like, you could tell, cause we were at a house show, which was a term that Greg acquainted me with.
Because a non-televised event.
Exactly. Yeah. And and apparently for the true wrestling fans, those are the shows to go to.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because, a lot of the wrestlers, they're like, I don't know, they're like testing new material in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And trying different things.
That's where you go to get your reps in.
Yep. And the audience is so engaged that it's like you get immediate feedback, really, really vocally. And it's really, really cool. So you can tell like when they strike on something that like maybe they thought was a little weak, but then it like totally hits with the crowd. They're like, oh shit, all right, let me drag this out,
Yeah, exactly.
But it was really neat to see though, that kind of like real time interplay between the crowd and the show.
Yeah. But so I think the moral of this story for everyone out there of any sort of live entertainment, do yourself a favor and go see a show in Europe some way, somehow. It could be sports, can be music, can be wrestling, can be whatever.
Yeah.
But if you really want it, because I've experienced it in music a few times, like even for our own shows, where people are just like on another level of like energy and stuff. And it's a different thing out there. It's crazy. Like a live performance has a whole other like presence from the crowd when you go to shows in Europe. So
have you personally attended any live events in Europe?
Well, I went to Taylor Swift.
Oh, you went in Europe?
Yeah, I went to Taylor Swift in Paris.
And
that was another one. I mean, well, no, here's the thing. Apparently, a Taylor Swift show is chaos everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, I mean, people were losing. Like, I mean, People were losing their minds.
Yeah.
It was nutty. We also got treated to a very special show because she had just dropped her new album, and we were actually the first show of the European leg, and it was actually the debut of that whole new batch of material.
Oh,
live.
shit.
So it was like an extra special show, and it was like one of the smaller buildings on the tour. So it was a little bit more intimate. 30,000 people intimate.
Right.
But no, it was nuts. And it's just like, it's all these girls in fucking cowboy hats and glitter and just, and then a few, weird old men like me just kind of looking around being like, why? How did I end up here?
Yeah. I never thought I'd be enjoying this as much as I am. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I had a blast. I had a great time.
I've heard nothing but like rave reviews from anybody who went to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, she just got engaged. I know you're not on social media, so I wasn't sure if you heard the news or not. But...
Hannah keeps up with all the celebrity news, so she keeps me abreast of these things. But yeah, she mentioned.
But my favorite shit that I saw the other day. Did you see the pictures?
No, I haven't.
So there's a whole group of people. People love to just say whatever's on their mind.
Yeah, they certainly do.
And there's a whole cavalcade of people being like, "Those are fake. That's AI.
Oh,
those flowers aren't real. There's no way that they did that. That's got to be AI." And it's just like, guys, you're talking about like literally one of the richest women in the world, and then her very, very successfully rich, soon-to-be husband, football player, man. They can afford $100,000 fucking floral arrangement or whatever the hell it cost. Like, I don't know what.
If there's anybody who doesn't need to AI this shit, it's these two. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Why is this a thing? Now, actually, did you hear about Will Smith?
Oh, no.
Apparently, he did a music video that's like this like tour recap thing. And that is very, very obviously AI. And it's like kids crying and like holding up signs. And it's like, bro,
yikes.
What are you doing? You did the dirtiest thing ever. Because it's not just like creative AI. It's like you're trying to rewrite reality AI.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. All these kids with 2 thumbs and 12 fingers fucking.
Yeah. It's some, I mean, like... I watched it a couple times to try to like see if I could like really pinpoint like, okay, that's real, that's AI, that's real, that's and it's getting harder to distinguish, which is also very scary.
Yeah.
But there's clearly some moments in there where you're like, there's no way that's real. There's just no way. Yeah. So
yeah.
Will Smith, shame on you, you fucking weird dude.
Yeah, he's I don't know what's been up with him the past few years ever since
he's lost his mind. Dude.
Yeah.
He's gone.
That whole Academy Awards thing was like bizarre. And then the fact that he wins an award and gets a standing ovation later that night, I was like, what is fucking happening right now?
Yeah,
like,
that was some crazy
escort
shit,
this man from the premises, know?
That's all right though, because we got the best Chris Rock special in 30 years after it.
Oh
so
yeah.
I know it doesn't erase the hurt of all that, but boy did he come out swinging.
Nice.
That's what we need to do. Okay, so here's how we're gonna wrap up this week's episode. We got to keep this one short because I've got a fucking million things to do.
Cool.
All right. So first and foremost, I finally found a comedian that I think you are going to love.
Ooh, okay.
He is he's becoming very quickly one of my favorite comedians, but he is much more than a comedian. He is a poet. He is an intellect. He is a goofy Australian named James McCann.
Okay. Haven't heard of him.
I think he just put out a new special. I'm not sure if it's actually out yet or if it's about to come out. But I'm going to send you a few links.
Okay.
All right. And I think we should do the comedy episode next week.
Okay.
We haven't done like a topical episode in a minute. So I would love to discuss. Originally, the idea was to talk about people who kind of push the envelope in comedy and, how that may or may not be accepted by society as a whole. The more I do this show, the less I want to be controversial.
But the numbers on those episodes.
I know the numbers are pretty good. I do promise you, though, I will find ways to be controversial without intending to.
And that's the better. We got to come by it honestly.
Exactly. So, but let's have a talk about comedy next week. So,
I love that. Yeah,
I'm gonna send you some James McCann. He is the man. He's so funny and he's so likable. And
cool.
I think that's and I I'll have to I'll send you some stuff. So there's a few people there are a few important people that I just want to put out into the ether, and you can do with it what you will.
Mm-hmm. That sounds great. Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay. Oh, I'm putting things in the ether right now.
It's happening.
Putting it in the ether. Mitch Hedberg. Dave Chappelle. Shane Gillis. Are you writing these down?
I'm familiar with all of them so far.
Okay, great.
Except I know who Shane Gillis is. I haven't really heard much of his stuff.
He's great.
Yeah.
He caught a bad rap a few years back, and he has persevered.
Nice. I am also a huge Lenny Bruce fan.
Lenny Bruce, yeah. You would be a huge Lenny Bruce fan.
Yep.
Oh, you know who we need to put on this list? Doug Stanhope. One of the great legends that has never quite gotten his due.
Okay.
Yeah, Doug Stanhope.
Another one I'm familiar with the name.
He's basically the Hunter S. Thompson of comedy.
Oh shit. Okay. That's those are big shoes to fill. Yeah.
Yeah. He fills them, I promise you.
Fuck. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I got to check him and Shane Gillis out. And James McCann.
Yeah. I will say this much. Shane is sneaky smart.
Okay. I like that.
He's actually a big history buff. He comes off as a big goofy jock kind of meathead guy, but he's actually quite intelligent and also very I actually got tickets to his MSG show in January. That motherfucker sold out 3 nights at the Garden.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's blown up in the last year. So yeah, I'm excited to see him. And then the other thing that we need to put out into the ether, and this is going to be the one that this will actually create some controversy probably. I'm not going to say Joe Rogan. I'm going to say his little buddy, Tony Hinchcliffe and the Kill Tony crew, because that's actually a very special thing that's happening in the world of comedy right now, and I want to give that some time. So,
okay. Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, so I'll send you a little list of some things just to kind of peruse.
Mm-hmm.
And let's have some fun next week.
Perfect.
Let's laugh. Let's everyone have a good laugh next week, because that's what comedy's all about.
Right? Sweet. I'm way into it. That sounds awesome.
Perfect.
No, that'll be fun. Hannah will like that as well. She always wants to watch comedy stuff, and I'm like, nah.
Oh, dude. It's literally that's all I do anymore now. Is I just listen to people talk. Mm-hmm. Whether it's in a podcast form or whether it's in a comedy special form, that's pretty much the only stuff that I'm taking in at this moment in my life.
We did Barina used to expose me to a lot of that stuff.
I could see Barina being all about that. Yeah.
And I mean, we spent, a lot of fucking time in the car together.
Sure.
We were in those days we were driving to a lot of the Pretty Light stuff. So it'd be 16, 18-hour car rides and stuff. And Barina would just start turning on like Tom Segura, people like that.
Tom's another great one.
I like Tom. Yeah, he's funny.
Tom's great. He's like he's one of those guys that's really smart too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's as like groundbreaking as like some of the other names that I've thrown out there.
Sure. Yeah.
So he's like one of those guys. He's like
he's very good at what he does.
Yeah. Like that's it. I was gonna try to come up with like a sports metaphor or something, like a baseball player, but like I couldn't come up. I'm like, my sports mind is so rusty. I just haven't really been into it much for the last few years.
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna try to throw something into that, but I mean, I'm wearing a fucking Cubs jersey right now, so I should be able to like pull something out. But
John Kruk, Tom Segura is the John Kruk.
What the fuck is John Kruk?
You don't know who John Kruk is?
No, I'm not a sports guy either. So
Phillies? I believe he played on the Phillies.
Okay.
I don't know. Am I making that up? Do I sound like a complete fucking idiot right now? Let me see here.
I couldn't tell you. You sound like you. I feel like I'm learning something, but
yeah.
yeah.
Dude, this is John Kruk. Are you kidding me? That's the man right there.
Damn.
But he was one of those guys. John Kruk, former league first baseman and outfielder. And he actually played. Oh, he played for the White Sox, not for the Cubs. So.
Oh shit, that's why I don't know him.
3-time MLB All-Star. Kruk. Yeah. I don't know why his name came to mind, but I think he's one of that's the thing, right? He's like a great player, but
he mastered the fundamentals, and which is Hannah still complains about that with modern players. She's like, people that don't hustle to first base, she's like furious. It's like just fucking if there's a little fumble with the ball or something, like you might make.
You never know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
totally.
She'll see people, they start to give up when they see the ball, and it's like, no, come on,
no hot dog in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. That's it. Sweet. All right. Well, let's do this again next week.
Yeah. Sweet, bud. Sounds like a good idea.
This has been The Stroke of Midnight. Thank you for listening.
Thank y'all.